A man walks into a Honda Civic dealership and pays cash. Nobody looks twice. 2 blocks away, a guy leases a Mercedes he can't afford, and the whole parking lot notices. 10 years later, guess who's still working a job he hates? And guess who just retired at 43? That's not a coincidence, that's a system. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. Almost everything you've been taught about looking rich is the exact opposite of what actually makes you rich. The people with real money, the kind that compounds quietly for decades, don't look like what you think they look like. They don't sound like it either. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why the loudest people in the room are usually the broke ones, and why the actual millionaire next door is the one you'd never suspect. But before we get into the 10 rules, I want to tell you about the 2 questions that changed how I see money forever. One of them is about a number most people are terrified to say out loud. The other is about a habit so small you'll think I'm joking, until I show you the math. Stick around because rule number 7 is the one that made me physically angry when I first understood it. I'll explain why in a minute. Let's start with something most people get backwards immediately. Rule 1. Nobody who's actually wealthy needs you to know it. Thomas Stanley spent decades researching American millionaires for his book, The Millionaire Next Door, and what he found broke the internet of its time. Most millionaires don't drive luxury cars, don't live in the fanciest neighborhoods, and don't wear watches that cost more than a used car. They drive Toyotas. They live in the same house for 20 years. Meanwhile, the guy leasing a BMW on Instagram is often 3 missed payments away from disaster. Visibility and wealth are usually inversely related. The moment you stop performing wealth is the moment you start building it. Rule 2, and this one stings. Lifestyle creep is the silent killer of every raise you'll ever get. Think about your cousin, the one who got promoted last year and immediately upgraded his apartment, his car, and his wardrobe within 6 months. He's not richer. He's just spending richer. There's a version of you in 5 years who got the same raises but kept the same lifestyle. And that version of you has a down payment sitting in an account the other version doesn't even know exists. The gap between your income and your spending is the only wealth-building machine that actually works. Everything else is decoration. Now here's something that'll reframe how you see every hustle culture post you scroll past. Rule 3. Net worth beats income every single time. I know a guy, an engineer, 28 years old, makes $95,000 a year, drives a 10-year-old Corolla. His coworker makes $140,000, drives a new Tesla, and eats out 5 nights a week. Guess who has more money in accounts that are actually working for him? It's not the guy with the bigger paycheck. Income is what people see. Net worth is what's real. And the two have almost nothing to do with each other once you actually run the numbers. Let's pause there for a second because I promised you a number that terrifies people. Here it is. Most Americans, when asked what they'd do in a $400 emergency, admit they'd have to borrow it or put it on a card. That's not a poor people problem. That statistic includes plenty of 6-figure earners. Because a big income with zero systems behind it is just a faster way to stay broke. Which brings us to the part of this that actually changes behavior, not just awareness. Rule 4. Automate the boring part before you ever see the money. The wealthy don't have more willpower than you. They just remove the decision. If your savings and investing happen automatically on payday, before that money ever touches your checking account, you never have to fight yourself about it. Willpower is a terrible long-term financial strategy. Systems don't get tired. Systems don't have a bad week and order takeout 4 nights in a row. Rule 5 is the one that quietly separates people over a 10-year window. Protect your time like it's the asset it actually is. Money you lose, you can make back. Time, you can't. The person who spends 2 extra hours a week learning a skill that raises their income, instead of scrolling, is running a compound interest account that never shows up on a bank statement. Until suddenly it does in the form of a promotion, a client, a business. Rich people obsess over their calendar the way broke people obsess over their closet. Here's a small reward for staying with me this long, because you've earned it. Compound interest doesn't feel real until it does, and then it feels like magic. Someone who invests $400 a month starting at 25 will very likely end up with more money at 65 than someone who invests $800 a month starting at 35, even though the second person put in more total dollars. Time in the market beats timing the market, and starting beats waiting for the right moment almost every single time. Rule 6, and this is the one people resist the hardest. Your friend group is a financial decision, whether you admit it or not. If everyone around you upgrades their car every 3 years, eats out constantly, and treats debt as normal, you will feel enormous invisible pressure to match it, even if nobody says a word. Jim Rohn said, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And nowhere is that more financially true than in spending habits. You don't need to dump your friends. You just need to notice the pull so it stops controlling you without your permission. Now, Rule 7. The one I told you would make you a little angry. Here it is. The tax code rewards ownership, not employment. If you only ever trade hours for a paycheck, you are taxed the hardest way the system allows. The moment you own something, a business, real estate, assets that generate income, the entire game shifts in your favor. This isn't a loophole. It's not shady. It's literally how the system was built, and most people never get taught this, not because it's hidden, but because nobody around them owns anything either. Once I understood this, I realized the frustration wasn't that the game was rigged. It's that most of us were never handed the rule book. Rule 8. Debt has a personality, and you need to know which kind you're dealing with. A mortgage on an appreciating asset and a 24% interest credit card balance are not the same category of decision, even though both are technically debt. Wealthy people use debt like a tool with a specific job. Broke spending uses debt like a bandage on a wound that keeps reopening. Learn the difference and you'll never fear the word debt again. You'll just interrogate it. Rule 9 is quiet, but it might be the most important one on this list. Your identity has to change before your bank account does. If in your head you're still someone who's bad with money, you will unconsciously sabotage every system you build, every automation, every good decision, because your actions always eventually match your self-image. The people who build real wealth aren't smarter than you. At some point, they simply decided that's who they were now, and they acted like it before the numbers caught up. And Rule 10. The pivot, the thing that reframes everything I just said. Stealth wealth was never really about hiding money. It was about removing money from the center of your identity so it can quietly become the center of your freedom. The people driving the 10-year-old Corolla aren't sacrificing joy. They already found out that the joy was never in the car. It was in not needing anyone's approval to feel secure. That's the actual finish line. Not a bigger house, not a nicer watch. The quiet, almost boring feeling of knowing you're going to be okay, no matter what happens next month. If even one of these 10 rules made you rethink something you've been doing on autopilot, that's the whole point of this video. Drop a comment and tell me which rule hit hardest. I read every single one, and it usually tells me exactly what to cover next. And if you want more of this, the real, unglamorous version of how money actually works, subscribe and share this video to your loved ones who need this. You don't need to look rich. You need to become the kind of person money quietly follows.